Hello, I'm Conley Hinkey, the Executive Director of Adams County Development Council. We do go by the acronym ACDC, but if you're expecting singing or guitar right now, you're going to be sorely disappointed. Today I wanted to talk to you about some of the work we do for the stakeholders of Adams County. Before I get into some of the work we do, I want to talk a little bit about Adams County. Adams County is alphabetically first in Washington State, but is number 31 of 39 counties based on population, coming in at 21,000 people plus or minus. We have four major towns: Othello, Lind, Ritzville, and Washtenaw. Ritzville is located on I-90 between Spokane and Moses Lake, and Othello and Washtenaw are located on SR-26 on the way to Pullman and WSU. I say that because it's safe to say some of you are probably familiar with us based on the speeding tickets you've got on I-90 or SR-26. We appreciate your donation. As you can see from this aerial map, our county is geographically diverse. While both sides of Adams County rely heavily on agricultural production as the primary industry, the types of ag production are vastly different. The Othello Panhandle in West Adams County is irrigated agriculture, served by surface water from the Columbia Basin Project and Columbia River. Lind, Ritzville, and Washtenaw are primarily dryland farming with cereal grain production as the staple. Othello is our population center by a very wide margin, comprising over 80% of the county population in just 20% of the county landmass. The differences in Adams County from east to west are large, and my goal as the Economic Development Director is to achieve a level of collaboration and unification for Adams County that allows each of our cities, towns, and port district to grow in their own unique way, and for each of us to celebrate the growth and opportunities of the other. When we work together, we win together. I want to share a little bit more background on some of the highlights of Adams County before I dive into what my role is as Economic Development Director. Othello produces roughly 15% of the French fries consumed in North America between the two plants of Simplot and McCain Foods. 1 in every 7 French fries consumed in North America left Othello to start its journey. Lind in central Adams County is known for the Combine Demolition Derby, bringing in thousands of people every year to a town of less than 500 people. If you haven't seen the Combine Demo Derby, I cannot recommend it enough. There are plenty of great YouTube videos you absolutely should watch. Lind also has the Adams Nielsen Solar Farm, which is at the time of commissioning was the largest solar array in Washington State at 200 acres and 19 megawatts of installed production. East of Lind and south of Ritzville is also Rattlesnake Flats Wind Farm. That is a 160 megawatt wind farm. Recently, Waste Management opened their newest landfill in Washtenaw. For a town of less than 250, this investment by a Fortune 200 company was a shot in the arm to the economic future of Washtenaw. As the workforce grows at the landfill, secondary businesses will see the opportunity present from that shot in the arm. Special shout out to Sonny's and Washtenaw, Bridget and Paul, for reopening. And if you're on your way to Pullman, absolutely stop in there, grab a roasted chicken and Ferdinand's Grabber. You won't be disappointed. Lastly, Ritzville. Ritzville is the county seat of Adams County. It is where I call home currently, and it's the heart of our dryland wheat production. The headquarters for the Washington Association of Wheat Growers is located in downtown Ritzville. That photo of myself with the green combine in the background is how I get office time with our 9th District State Senator, Mark Schessler. All right, diving into economic development. Now we have a little background on Adams County. I wanted to talk about economic development in our rural county. When I first started in economic development, my initial misconception was that economic development is just attracting new businesses. How hard could it be, right? I mean, who doesn't want the fancy golden shovel ceremony with the amazing headlines in the newspaper touting the new industry and employers recruited to the area? I was wrong. Although recruitment is an important aspect of economic development, I can say firsthand that it is not the most critical piece of the puzzle when it comes to economic development in a very rural setting. This image of the CAI approach to economic and community development was given to me by my good friend at Avista, Paul Kimmel, shortly after I started with ACDC. I have used this as my guide for economic development for Adams County since then. As you can see, the big, flashy, and sexy recruitment is the smallest of the 3-tiered pyramid approach. Effective economic development means that we need to first focus on being a good place to live. For all of Adams County's towns, I truly believe we are a great place to live and work. That does not mean we are without our struggles and needs in each of our towns. There are opportunity and challenges everywhere. However, I firmly believe that Othello, Lind, Ritzville, and Washtuckna truly are great places to be. We have an affordable cost of living, we have excellent schools that invest in our youth, we have significant access to health care, and most importantly, we have opportunity to succeed. Economic cycles, like the one we are very much facing right now, always create uncertainty. Right now, more than ever, I am glad to call Adams County home. Since Adams County has the base of the pyramid well established, that allows us to focus our efforts on the middle of the pyramid, taking care of what we've got. This is where I, as the Economic Development Director, try to spend the bulk of my time. This is where the term BRE, or BR plus E, comes in: business, retention, and expansion. Our existing business community, from small to large, is everything to us, and my goal is to make sure each of our businesses know that they are seen, understood, and appreciated. Truthfully, focusing on BRE just isn't the right thing to do. It's also the most financially responsible thing for me to do. From an economic standpoint, it is cheaper and easier for me to keep the existing businesses we have in Adams County than it is to spend money, time, and effort attracting new ones. This is not to say that ACDC does not focus on recruitment. We absolutely do. Adams County absolutely embraces the opportunities in front of us for new site selection efforts. In fact, a great BR&E program is the best way to ensure that I have the tools necessary for a successful recruitment program. When your existing businesses are happy and thriving, that is the best PR we can use for future recruitment efforts. Effective business retention and expansion efforts in Adams County comes in a few forms. The most apparent need for all of our employers, and employers state and nationwide, is workforce. We've all heard it. Nobody wants to work. There's issues with youth. There's issues with adult engagement. Workforce struggles are everywhere, and this is not unique to rural. What is unique to rural is the rural brain drain. We have very talented youth that we want to retain in Adams County. Again, investing in our youth is one of the best ways to make sure we are addressing the needs of the pyramid from the slide prior. Engaged and inspired youth are more likely to stay or to return after college. This in turn creates a great sense of community, as well as allowing our businesses to have a continual access to a pipeline of young, motivated workforce, ensuring the longevity of our local economies. The way that ACDC can be the most effective in addressing workforce issues is to try to address and prevent these issues before it begins for our employers. We know our youth is the key to this. How do we show our youth the career opportunities available to them right here in Adams County? How do we get our employers in front of our kids? We live in a world chock full of distractions. We know we need to meet our youth on their turf, and truthfully, we need them to be a captive audience when we do so. The Career Showcases is the ACDC solution to showing our students how they can find careers locally, right here in Adams County. By bringing our employers to our students, we can showcase and highlight these employers to their future workforce. Our students everywhere, both rural and urban, are often unaware of professional opportunities available to them locally. Different career paths exist at our businesses other than the traditional or assumed role. We all know McCain Foods in Othello has French fry production. Do we know what it takes on the business side of that to keep that entity running? HR, engineers, accountants, lawyers. There's more roles at each of our businesses than I think their name lets on, and that's the point of this career showcase. The age-old question of what do you want to be when you grow up honestly needs to be replaced by where do you want to be when you grow up? Exposing our students to the multitude of career options available right here in Adams County and our neighboring communities is the best way to inspire them to stay here locally. The East Adams County Career Showcase is held in Ritzville. The Lind-Ritzville School District hosts, and we invite Washtuckna to join us. We also send an invitation to neighboring Lincoln County, welcoming students from Harrington and Sprague. In total, 38 businesses and post-secondary institutions engage with over 300 students, providing insights into a variety of industries and career paths available to them right here. For the 2024 Career Showcase at Lind-Ritzville, I cannot thank the school district enough for their support, and I look forward to 2025's. To encourage participation, ACDC prints off passports that you see right there with all the business logos in attendance. When a student engages in meaningful conversation with the businesses, they collect a stamp or signature from that business. After a set amount of stamps or signatures are earned, they are then eligible to be entered into a drawing for raffle prizes donated by the businesses as well as ACDC. We have to remember, for many of our students, this is the first time they're engaging in a conversation, handshake, and direct eye contact with a complete stranger. It's also a stranger that they may be interested in someday working for. That's got to be a lot. I know it was when I was that age. I want to give a shout out to my superintendent, Don Vanderholm, high school principal Kevin Terrace, and family and consumer science teacher Donna Cook in Ritzville for their instrumental support for this showcase. Shifting over to West Adams County, in Othello, the career showcase is understandably even bigger. Othello High School students proudly represented Adams County last year with over 1,000 students. Mind you, that is 10th, 11th, and 12th only, engaging with nearly 60 businesses, educational institutions, and military representatives. Orchestrating and organizing this event takes careful planning, and as an engineer, I shamelessly use AutoCAD to set up the gym layout to make sure each of our vendors has a space. I want to also give a huge shout out to Amy Paris at Othello School District for being the other half of my brain for that event in Othello. The outcomes of this event are numerous. It's hard to capture and really talk about the impact these events have. Our students are able to land job shadows, internships, and direct employment opportunities from these showcases, if they take it seriously, and honestly, most of them do. Our students get firsthand experience and practice in critical skills, shaking hands, maintaining eye contact, and asking engaging, thoughtful, and relevant questions that will help guide their future after high school. A secondary effect from these showcases is word of mouth from our students back home to their families. We have seen an increase in engagement from families, both from family members working at a business that wasn't there, that would like to be there next year, and from family members looking for job and career opportunities at the businesses represented at the showcase that day. For me, as the ADO for Adams County, this is also a meaningful way for me to fulfill my contractual metrics with the Washington State Department of Commerce, allowing me to engage in effective BR&E and telling the Adams County story to our state legislators who fund the ADO. Again, it's impossible to show the whole story. I could talk about these career showcases all day, every day, but I cannot speak highly enough about these events. It's always free for our employers. We know that their time is valuable, so we try to keep the lift for them as low as possible. In return for taking time out of their day to do this for our students, our schools and ACDC partner to provide lunch, refreshments, and much needed coffee to our businesses during the showcase. We sincerely appreciate the businesses that show up for our youth. Our businesses bring interactive displays, equipment, and big rigs to demonstrate their trade to the students, engaging even further and hopefully inspiring our next generation of workforce for Adams County. There is a tremendous amount of planning and coordination for these two one-day events, but it is extremely worth it. I want to give one last shout out to my predecessor, Stephen McFadden, now at the Port of Pasco, for starting this event for Adams County. I'm proud to continue the tradition. I'd love to claim this as my brainchild, but I see the merit in it and I'll absolutely continue it. If you have any questions or want to be involved in 2025 or 2026 showcases, please email me at kyle@growadamscounty.com. Thank you.